Varanasi, a city older than history. In the words of the popular American author and humorist Mark Twain, Banaras is older than history, older than tradition, older even than legend, and looks twice as old as all of them put together. The eternal city of India. Call it Varanasi, or Banaras, or Kashi. By any name and by all means, Varanasi is one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in the world. This city is more so remarkable since its great contemporaries, Beijing, Jerusalem, and Athens, have moved on and away from their ancient ways of life. On the other hand, the lanes and buildings of old Varanasi still ooze the ethos of ancient India. More than 3,000 years old, this city has been referred to by various travelers across time zones. From Huanzhang of China to Mark Twain of America, everyone has attested to this great city being extremely old. And a center of religion. Education. And artistic activities. To this day, this city is significant from many angles. It is one of the most important pilgrim centers for Hindus, Buddhists, and Jains. It is one of the 7 sacred cities of Hindus. It is famous for its muslin and silk fabric, ivory work, and sculptures. In fact, from faith, philosophy, and culture to Indian arts and crafts, all have gained tremendously from this eminent city of India. City of Ghats. Speak of Varanasi, and the first thing that flashes across your mind is the image of the numerous ghats along the eastern bank of the river Ganges. There are more than 100 ghats lined up here back to back. The religious and cultural life at Varanasi is closely associated with the river Ganges. So, a trip to these stepped embankments is a must if you wish to feel the pulse of the city. A boat ride across the 6.5-kilometer crescent-shaped stretch is the best way to glimpse life at Varanasi unraveling on the cards. Some 52 of them facing the river. The best time to take a boat ride is pre-dawn at about 4:30. When the first rays of the sun fall on the ghats, there is already a humdrum of activity along the banks. The sunlit ghats exude radiance, glowing against the exhilarating blue sky of dawn. The multitude of devotees are already busy performing rituals and Surya Namaskar. Many can be seen taking a dip in the ice-cold waters of the holy river to absolve themselves of all sins. Most of the ghats are bathing ghats, with a few serving as cremation grounds. However, against this religious background is the incongruous sight of spirituality being sold. Shops with so-called religious paraphernalia. Touts roaming around in the garb of priests, despoiling the very soul of the city. Another very disheartening sight is the filth apparent all around, polluting these historic ghats. It is indeed sad that such a beautiful site is so lacking in basic maintenance. The dichotomy of life is brought into sharp focus at Varanasi. On the one hand are the ghats abuzz with life. On the other, the blazing pyres, a mute testimony to death. Indeed, Varanasi is a melting pot where life and death come together. According to Hindu mythology, the entire city of Kashi is supposed to be a cremation ground. It is the belief of Hindus that dying at this holy city of Lord Shiva and the Ganges will free them from the cycle of death and rebirth. And it is for this reason that many widows and elderly come to Varanasi to spend their last few days of life and die here in peace. As many as 5 million Hindus frequent these ghats every year. At the southernmost end is the Asi Ghat. It is here that the river Ganges joins the river Asi. Just around the corner is the campus of Banaras Hindu University. The next ghat, which is the Tulsi Ghat, is named after the great Hindi poet of the 16th century, Tulsidas. It is believed that Tulsidas wrote his greatest literary work, Ramcharitmanas, the story of the Hindu god Lord Rama, at this ghat. At the foot of Janaki Ghat is the pumping station of the Varanasi waterworks. Bacharaj Ghat is of significant importance to the followers of Jainism. Shivala or Kali Ghat gets its name from the historic Shivala fort here. The fort was inhabited by the Raja of Banaras in 1776. Harishchandra Ghat, the next ghat, is used for cremation purposes, being the second most important cremation ghat after Manikarnika. The Kedar Ghat is a shrine for the Bengalis. The waters of the river flowing across Someshwar Ghat are believed to have curative properties for all diseases. Raja Ghat, which comes next, has a large inn for Brahmins. Rana Mahal Ghat. Munshi Ghat. And Prayag Ghat are the other smaller bathing ghats that follow before one reaches the imposing Das Ashwamedh Ghat. This is the main ghat of the city. Centrally located and the most popular among all the ghats. There is always a humdrum of activity taking place here. The most prominent feature of this ghat is a sight of huge parasols with self-proclaimed holy men seated beneath them, making a rich living performing rituals. A horde of boats can be seen bobbing in the water alongside this ghat, as this is where most of the tourists and visitors start their journey of the ghats.